Let's do it because it's cold out here.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
So guys, we started selling the 72 about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 18 months or
something like that.
18 months.
And I was curious how you've used it. I mean, you and I spend a lot of time outdoors. Doesn't mean we're in super emergency situations every day, but we're definitely out there.
Well, I mean, and when you asked me that the other day, and I was like, I don't know, I guess I didn't really use it. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I've dug into that bag a bunch. And I think inherently in my head, when we talk about this emergency bag, you think it only can be used for emergencies, or if I open it and it's not an emergency, I didn't really use it.
Right.
So I think that like almost it's hard to classify it as something else because that's what it is, but it really almost needs to be classified as like sort of like your go-to bag. Because there's been so many times, like, I mean, I've used it for things that were emergency, like somebody got hurt at the skate park and gouged a huge hole, so it was a quick. I just like cleaned him up and wrapped it tight because it was an open wound to keep it tight so you can go to the hospital and get stitched up because he was probably, you know, a little bit hour or so from doing that. And so that was probably the closest. Fortunately, I haven't had to have any huge thing happen. You know, I hope it never happens. You know,
you keep it in the truck.
Knock on tile. Yeah, I keep it in the truck.
I do too.
Yeah, so I keep it in the truck. But then I realized like I've dug into it a bunch. Like I dug into it for the duct tape. We were cleaning out a pool and the broom broke. And I duct taped some like a splint to the broom handle, which that may not sound like an emergency, but it was an emergency. The pool was really good. So,
I used a sunscreen yesterday. I was out with a friend, and she was like, "Do you have any sunscreen?"
I was like, "Got it."
Yeah. Got it. I mean, it's just Well, hey, maybe I saved her from having cancer. Right?
Yeah, maybe probably not, but you know, I think it's a longer process than that. I also used it for one of the sticks.
Glow stick?
Yeah, because the light went out in my car one day, and I was on a trip.
You were a rave.
No, it wasn't a rave. Light went out on a stick. I wish, and I just bulb burnt out, and I was like, "What am I gonna do?" And I had to I was doing stuff, so I just did it, and then I duct taped it.
What's the thing you use the most in there? Is there anything you go to a lot? I definitely have one.
I mean, let me think about it. I mean, no, there isn't something. It just seems like there's been a bunch of useful things. Even like the mask, I didn't use. But during all the fires, I hear my buddy's a FedEx driver. Yeah. And he was like, "I'm dying. We're dying at work. Like it looks like it's snowing outside." He was delivering in that area, and it'd been going on for like a week. And then I'd seen him on the weekend, and I was like, "Oh, I got something." And he did that, and then it was like he's like,
they bought a bunch of them.
Yeah, but his day was like the quality of my day went up like 1,000%, and a bunch of the guys then bought a bunch.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that I think he was a part of a fire, but he wasn't in any danger. It wasn't like he was in the fire danger. He just happened to be in an area that was being affected by the fires.
Well, they say that like people are now finding they have cancer from September 11th because they breathed concrete dust 15 years ago or whatever. Yeah. So you just never know what's going to come back and bite you if you don't take care of it.
Yeah, I've also used the paracord a bunch. I've cut a bunch of pieces off of the paracord just to tie stuff up and rig stuff, which like I said, I don't think that, I feel like, because you asked me, have I done it? And I'm like, well, I'm going to be an emergency, but I've used a ton of stuff out of it. And
mine's the water filter.
Oh, what are you doing with that?
Because I'm always out like running or hiking or cycling.
And you're like, oh, there's a pond, I should drink some?
Well, but you carry some water and then you're out. And like I've got a dog that drinks a ton of water and I can just make more. I don't have to carry it. Honestly, I've creeks all over around where I live, but there's a ton of animals. There's giardia and whatever. So I filter water. It's easy.
Weird. I guess not weird, but like, we just live in such different environments, But I
think that's the thing is like everybody's going to have a different use, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I used it for, the little things I've used.
I really like the new gloves we upgraded to. I've been using those a lot in the winter.
Okay.
They're just warm. They're completely waterproof if there's ever anything to do.
I haven't seen them. No one sends me anything.
You got a new bag like 2 weeks ago.
Does it have blue gloves in there?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I just haven't opened the bag. I've used the matches actually.
So one of the new guys we hired, we took him out snowmobiling, and he showed up with Air Maxes on.
Like the shoe?
Yeah, like backcountry, 6 feet of snow.
What's his name?
Brad.
Okay. What does Brad do?
You want to give Brad a message?
What does Brad do?
Customer service, kind of some marketing stuff.
And you went snowmobiling in tennis shoes?
Yeah, we unloaded the sleds, and I looked over, and Brad had Air Maxes on. So we got out. And
did he not live in Utah?
He just moved from California.
Oh.
He moved like a month before that. So we went out. He was freezing, and I actually had the 72 just strapped to my snowmobile. And it was a total blizzard, 20 miles from our truck. And we got a big old fire going, and we basically thawed his feet out and dried his boots out. Just using the matches. I used the palm off the beanie. I use the shovel to knock some stuff, some branches down.
You could have done for the ride home. You could have cut the emergency blanket around, wrapped it around his feet, and then tied it just to make his feet waterproof for the ride out.
Could have. He was fine though after that. So.
Brad sounds like you're gonna rethink your adventures, huh? In Utah, Brad?
Brad calls it maximum excitement, minimum experience. But no, I mean we've used a lot of that. We've used a lot of the stuff. The backpack I use every day.
Oh, you use the shell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gym, hiking.
Yep.
I got that backpack on all the time. And I'm not doing that because I, helped develop the product. I actually love the way it fits. It works really well. So, if I'm out in the woods or hiking around with my dog, nothing snags on it. You can drop it in the dirt. It keeps everything dry. It's been really good.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just digging into those little things. And I use the multi-tool once. Because I get worried sometimes because I have this like fear of like, oh, if I pull it out, I won't have it when I really need it.
Yeah.
So like, there's always this like thing, but it was something as simple as I had to open this package that I couldn't get open. I think it might have been a memory card or something that was like made out of some bulletproof package. It's supposed to so people don't steal it in Best Buy, but really it just makes you never want to buy it again.
Right.
And I use it to cut that open. But I think but honestly, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have gotten it.
I like what you said though. It's not your go bag; it's your go-to bag.
Yeah, it is.
That's
like
good.
You just got to go to it, because I think that your brain is trained to think because it's called an emergency bag.
You don't touch it until
you don't touch the emergency. But with this particular bag, the things that are in it, they're so the things that are in it are so practical. For practical uses in so many different things. It's not like when you first started researching these, like you said, it was like some of these bags were like
blow dart guns.
A blow dart and like, or one was like SEAL Team 6. I'm not going in there to get my night vision goggles and my slingshot.
Or rabbit snares.
Yeah, so it's just like, I think that it's these things that you can use in everyday scenarios. You don't have to be, you know what I mean? Like it should be called a scenario bag. Because it's just like the miscellaneous scenario bag.
Is there a rap song?
I don't know.
What's your scenario?
I don't know if you're qualified to make
looks
that.
like he knows it. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay away from that.
And some reason, Crichton, the guy behind the camera, doesn't look like he might. Well, maybe I could see you with cornrows.
I had dreads once.
It's not the same. Not the same.
Were you on vacation in the Bahamas?
Yeah, I had dreads once too.
Did you have a seashell necklace?
Pretty good. It was a puka shell.
Puka shell.
Oh yeah.
So Crichton.
It went really well with my henna.
So all the employees over at Uncharted are just characters. Brad, Puka shell, Crichton.
We test things on people.
Yeah.
We feel like this is a nice cross section of the population.
Like the puka shell necklace, we tested them. If you can go out for a whole week and not get beat up, it's a product we should sell. But yeah, I just think
it's been cool to see like how you use it though, right?
Yeah.
Like we build this and it's like this is in case something big happens, but you end up using it every day. And I think that's kind of the moral of the story that I hear from everybody.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
That's it. I just that's it. That's how we've been using the bag in the non-emergency but really emergency situations. Because let's face it, sometimes those things like opening a Twinkie in the dark, maybe you need a light, or fixing a broom to empty a pool, to cascade it or ride it.
I would love to hear what everybody else uses it for. I know like a lot of my friends have the same thing. It's just I know moms that have it and things happen with their kids, whether it's a Band-Aid or sunscreen or water. I know I see water bottles all over Park City.
Yours?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
People love those. I mean, who doesn't love just an Nalgene water bottle? But this is stuff you use every day. So, I mean, your friends have, a lot of them bought these, right?
Yeah, a lot of them. But but I also live in a place where water bottles come free everywhere. So the water bottle one just like, you know what I mean? They're like they give them away like they're
right.
gifts.
What do they use? I mean, what's the feedback from them?
I mean, I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just assuming they're all kind of guys. So like, I'm assuming they've all dug into it a bit. But a few of the guys that have bought them, I know that they've bought multiple ones for separate vehicles.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much they get used. You know what I mean? Like I think some of them go in vehicles that don't ever even get barely driven.
I mean, we're at Billy's house right now. He bought 3 for all the vehicles.
Yeah.
And I have friends whose kids like won't leave home now unless it's in the car. Like I have 2 different people I know who have kids. They bought into the message.
Yeah.
And anytime they go on a road trip, they ask if the 72's in the car.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Kids are, but that's probably a good way to start thinking,
For sure.
That's like
why not
the ultimate way to be prepared. If you just know that you have to have your stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think it's. I think the thing that's so special about the bag is that it doesn't have to be a special circumstance to use
Right.
the things in it for practical uses that will come up almost on a daily basis.
This isn't a 25-year food supply that you don't touch ever again.
No.
Because you don't need it.
Yeah, and then like you said, like it is available. I like that also that you can actually replenish specific pockets, right? Because that was my worry at first. It's like, oh my god, if I use this and I need it, I won't have it. But it's like now, for a couple bucks, you can just like, all right, I used it. Let's
Yeah,
put
we
it back up.
ship by the pouch. So
Yeah, by the pouch.
If you use like the warmth pocket, we send you a new one.
Yeah, because that's an easy one to use,
Right.
So yeah, that makes it like I think it makes it feel like you're not gonna burn through your product and not use it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to use this 5% because it's only good when it's 100%. You know?
Right.
So I think that's very cool.
So the moral of the story is use it, replenish it, get comfortable with it, and it's always going to be there, right?
Yeah, I mean, just remember that it's there for more than earthquakes, floods, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes,
Right.
cybersecurity. I don't know what you do with that. Maybe you put the backpack in front of your
You cover
camera.
your webcam with
Cover
it.
your webcam with it. I'm not sure how you do cybersecurity with it. Yeah, I think it's just like as you go to bag instead of your go bag.
I like that. Maybe we should call it that.
Well, that wouldn't be the first idea I had here.
No, it's the second.
All right, well, that's it. Write in the comments below.
Yeah, let
or-
us know how you use it. We'd
Yeah.
love to know.
Let me know any weird ways you use it. I'd like
Not
to
too
actually.
weird.
No, get weird. Get weird.
Just make sure you preface it with Mike told me to get weird and then write it.
Because Christian might not know what to do with it.
You have to translate it for me.
He'll have to burn the video.
All right, I think we're good.
Good.